Hi there, it's Pete from Hermitage Road. Welcome back to the Webbs Heath layout. I've now finished my track laying. It's all set up with code 100 instead of the previously troublesome code 75. I've set this up at the moment as a TMD in diesel times, just as a fueling point or stroke signing on point for drivers. It's not very big. The layout is only 5 foot long. It's just intended for shunting or maybe filming and making videos on. It's also capable of being set up for steam. If I was doing it in steam, I'd replace the fueling point with a coaling stage and a water tower instead of the tanks. It's the same purpose. This is the section that goes up to the viaduct. I'm going to put something in the gap there in the background. Haven't made up my mind what, but I'll sort something out. This is the end of the layout beyond the viaduct where the locomotives will be stored. As you can see, there's only room for 3 locos on this layout, or if I was using shunters or tank engines, you could maybe double it to 6 or a number in between. The idea is they run down into the layout, do some refueling, maybe get stabled for the night, start and stop the sound on them, that sort of thing. This is what I've done. It's just 2 tracks on the far side with a crossover set of points in between, and the near side track is got no points on it. I just thought I might possibly just run a multiple unit, or single car multiple unit down into there also for refueling, so it would just run backwards and forwards, possibly on a shuttle unit. I haven't thought about that too much. Here's a view from the end of it showing the viaduct. This is the Hornby Viaduct with the centre section removed, so it becomes like a little bridge. I thought it looked too samey, the viaduct. As you can see, there's one train spotter on the bridge looking down at nothing, because the locomotives are in the fiddle yard at the moment. Now, yesterday was my birthday. A very old birthday, I'm afraid. It was 75. But my wife bought me, for my birthday, this very nice Helljan Class 26 in the Highland Lines branded livery, and it's weathered. At the moment, I'm not running it because I'm waiting for a sound decoder to come through from Road and Rails from Richard Croft. So as soon as I finish that, I'll feature that next time in a video. I think it's a lot better than the previous 26. The previous Helljan 26 was dimensionally correct. It was looked the part, but they've tightened up on their detail on the ends. The windscreen wipers look a lot better, and particularly the bogie detail is far better. And of course it's fitted with a full lighting suite. Now at the moment I put in a Bachmann 21-pin decoder, but I think the one I had spare is actually 4 functions, so I can't get half the lighting to work. Different things like the cab lights aren't working and the engine room lights. So I'm waiting for the new one, which will be at least 6 function. I don't know what your opinion is of the locomotive. It seems to run very slowly. I saw a few people criticised it for running, that it was a bit fast. I haven't experienced that. I think it must depend on what decoder you use and how you set it up. I've tried to do a basic setup on this, and it seems to run pretty well, even down to speed step 1. Now I've put a couple more locomotives on there. There's the Acura Scale Class 50, which is sound fitted, and the Bachmann Mary Queen of Scots 37401, that's sound fitted as well. But I'm not going to put the sound on tonight because it's still very hot and clammy up here. I'm really going to have to think about putting a window in this loft if I can, or certainly a fan, because it gets very hot in the summer. Now I've got this up and running, there's a lot more detail to put on here. I want to put a few more buildings to weather the viaduct a bit, and when I've done that, I'm going to put the layout back in the corner of the loft where it sits normally, because I need to get back onto the main layout, because this is sat where my fiddle yard normally is, and I can't run any trains round it at the moment. So I'm going to do that. So the next video you're going to see will be from the main Hermitage Road layout. I've got quite a bit to do on that with the platforms. They need detailing badly. All the coping stones on the side need a good paint, and I need to put white lines on the edges of the platforms. So I'll say good night at this point. Thank you very much for watching my video, and if you could like, subscribe, share and comment, it'd be much appreciated. Thank you very much. Good night.